Test, test.
Okay. I need to, yeah, like this side might hit the host, but can't do it the other one. Oh, it is. Oh, okay, great. All right, let me try it. Oh, first.
All day.
For oh, much higher quality. Oh, for music, not. Oh, this is for you. Please, oh my God, yes. Um, yeah, whatever you'd like to do. I can't tell the difference, but uh, you want me to speak from here and sing from here. I mean, sing from here and speak from here. Okay, so I can just put it on when I'm ready. Oh, it's wireless too. That's good. And then, uh, okay, okay. So I'm gonna be like this. Oh no, that's perfect. That's perfect. But I have to look this way. I mean, I'm gonna be looking more this way. Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna sing now. Oops. Oh, and needs that chair could be right here if you can. Then I'll, yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay, and then this should be like this. Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Shikat Pati Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kantana Mo Can you hear anything, Steve? Steve. Hello? Steve? Can you hear me? Can you hear me singing? Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Yes, let's do it.
Hi. Test.
Do you want me to test it? We'll be starting shortly. Testing. We'll be starting shortly, so please take a seat. Can everyone hear me? Okay, welcome. Hi. Thank you so much, Bernice. How beautiful.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
So good to have you back. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Welcome to New Thought Center. I'm looking forward to getting to know some of the new bright, shiny faces here this morning. I'm Viana, and we always begin our ceremony with a reading from the Science of Mind magazine, and Pomokai has offered to do that for us this morning. If you're ever sharing with us, please use the mic so that not only can we hear you this morning, but so that our online, which is focused this way, they won't see you, but they'll be seeing all of us up here, so they can hear you. So those who couldn't be here this morning will be joining us online.
Hey. Aloha, kakayaka. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Aloha.
Oh, this is a Woman's Power Day up here, I see. Yay. I'm excited. All right. I was given this reading to do today, and it's very interesting because it coincides with something else I'm doing in my life at the same time that is teaching me about my saboteurs. And this is exactly what he's talking about, or she, I'm not sure who it is. Greater confidence. Butterflies can't see their wings. They can't see how truly beautiful they are. But everyone else can. People are like that as well. Look around at all the beautiful butterflies in this room. I have never met a person who had a complete sense of being absolutely forgiven or who felt right with the universe, who then ever condemned anybody else. And I never shall. Why? Because we can only speak from our own center. There is an integrity in the universe that will not lose the potentiality of its creativity, the wonder and the power of its might, and the glory of its action. We must bring ourselves to obey it. One of the oldest sayings in the world is this: nature obeys us as we first obey it. That has been proved in every science, in every invention, in modern medicine, and in our own field. But the world at large has yet to prove it spiritually. The universe is foolproof, but we shall have a sense of fear until our confidence in God and in life and in people is greater than our confusion. The spiritual universe and you, that's where this came from. For our confidence to be greater than our confusion requires that we pack more emotional energy around our wins than our losses. Often we've been taught to dwell on our foolish choices and failed strategies as if they were instructive. They are, but not in the right way. But we tend to recreate patterns of our hurt feelings repeatedly until corrected. We try to avoid exposure and embarrassment when all along we are life's gift to itself and absolutely teachable. What's more, we're apt to project this whole arrangement onto other people, eyeing them suspiciously while longing for their friendship. But when we get right with ourselves, we see we're in the company of no less than utter godlings. The affirmation for today, I'm going to read it and then I'll have you all join me. I let every sense of depression or heaviness depart from my mind. Repeat after me. I let every sense of depression or heaviness depart from my mind.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. So we usually start with an opening prayer and meditation. And because we have an extraordinary beauty maker in the music realms with us today, I'm going to combine the two a little bit. So as I take us through a guided visualization with the intention of grounding in our bodies so that anything that doesn't need to come through these doors with us today, allowing us to be empty to receive the beauty and the wisdom that flows through us, doesn't need to be impeded by anything that might be um, unnecessary at this moment, right? To be get present. So to do that, I'll ask our beautiful Bernice Roberto, who is going to be our facilitator, or I'm the facilitator, Viana, but Bernice is going to be sharing music and a vision with us of what it looks like to be a caregiver in a spiritual evolution process. And so, if you would like to begin, you may decide to take your shoes off. If that helps you to ground, you may or may not want to take your shoes off, but I feel like it would be helpful to me. We're on sacred ground. We have sacred ancestors around us. We're not alone. And I invite you through this process to just become present inside your body at this moment as we have some beautiful background music. Would that work? Okay, fabulous. So closing our eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. And allowing any mind chatter to fall away without effort. Noticing our toes in our shoes on the floor, feeling our toes, feeling the love and energy from Mother Earth flowing up through our feet, through our ankles, through our knees, up through our thighs and our sit bones, up, up, up into our heart. This beautiful, beautiful light, silver light. From the top down, we welcome this golden light coming through the top of our heads and showering us with love and innocence and openness, and coming down through our pineal gland into our throats, opening our chakras, and down and into our heart, meeting the silver light and dancing together there. Now listening in that empty presence for what message have you come to hear today? In the storyteller's prayer, we say, may all words that need to be spoken be heard, and may all the words that need to be heard be spoken. So in your heart, in silence, listening for what words would heal your heart today. What does your soul most want to hear? Thank you, Bernice. Coming back to where we are at the moment together as a community. Bernice, is that the song that you were wanting to share in the beginning, or would you now like to share another song?
I think I'd like to start with a song.
Yes. Thank you.
So this song is written about a very beautiful place in India called Vrindavan, and Vrindavan is very, very sacred to people in the Vaishnava path, and many people in India. It's the birthplace of Lord Krishna. And in the birthplace of Lord Krishna, there are many pastimes, many beautiful things that happen there with Lord Krishna, the cowherd boys. Talk louder. Can you hear me now? Better? No? Better? Better. Okay. All right. So, as I was saying, Vrindavan is a very sacred place in India, and many people go there on pilgrimage to experience the energy of Vrindavan. And it's supposed to be a parallel to Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan is actually heaven in this my spiritual path. And I just want to mention that I'm so grateful to be a member of New Thought because we're so ecumenical. We understand heaven in so many different ways. And today I'm sharing my vision and my path. And I hope that it can give some inspiration to the fact um, that we are not alone. That God is here with us at every moment and through every difficulty, which things that seem insurmountable, you always have another chance, your next life. There's always another chance. God is so kind that He gives us that opportunity. So, this particular piece that I'm going to play is about pastimes in Vrindavan, about pastimes that uh, evoke uh, transcendental experiences, not mundane material experiences, but transcendental. And I'll be singing some things in Sanskrit, but then also some translations. So the translation goes, O master of the cowherd boys, um, O exalting of the gopis, O lover of Radharani, obeisances unto thee. Sri Gopinatha plays his flute, his transcendental pastimes. The cowherd girls are in a trance. The the cowherd girls are in a trance. The mellows of the rasa dance. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Shakat Rate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Stute
Oh, master of the coward boys, enchanter of the golden, oh, lover of Radharani, oh, patient says unto thee,
You know, when I first came to Hawaii, they asked me to play from some weddings. And so I don't know if you all remember the Hawaiian Village when it was still here. Beautiful place where nobody had any cell phones, there was no electronics, and techies were coming there to kind of, chill out. And there was a wedding happening there. And so they asked me to come and play. And there's like a beautiful little bridge that goes over to where all the people would be sitting. There are about 40 or 50 people. And so I was playing my harp, and I figured, well, you know, this is pretty close to heaven out here. And so I just played this song. And there were so many people there, nobody knew any Sanskrit. I didn't give any kind of introduction or anything. And the bride was late. And so I just had to keep on playing and playing and playing until finally somebody stood up in the audience and said, "Is this heaven or what?" So that piece, can just kind of take you into a consciousness where you feel relieved and peaceful, transcendental energy through the understanding of the past time. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to share that song with you. And I want to give a shout out to my partner who's probably listening online, Manuel Roberto. I'm Bernice Roberto, and we're kind of the dynamic duo, harp and flute, and doing weddings, and big island, many, many years together. And I was also a member of the Kona Harp Ensemble. Three harps, the magic of three harps and woodwind. And so maybe Jean Pierre is online with me too. He's an amazing flute player, plays silver flute. You probably know him. He's been here at Utah. And so we have lots and lots of music in our lives. And I just wanted to uh, give credit to all the people who have inspired me to continue playing my instrument. All the people who come to Big Island get married. And, and sometimes I play for uh, vow renewals, like maybe a few years later. We need to hear that song. And anyway, so my forte is really playing music, and then I thought, well, maybe I should try and share something about a very incredible experience that I've recently gone through. And so when Fasha asked me about it, I submitted just off the top of my head. I just wrote down something that was kind of spontaneous, and it's called The Spiritual Evolution and the Layman's Journey of Caregiving. And so then I thought, oh yeah, and let's see, and then we'll talk about, uh, caregiving and maybe activity living and so on and so on. And then I realized, wait a minute, am I going to talk about all that in half an hour? And I thought, oh boy, I think I'm going to have to just cut it down to something really, really basic. So, we all know that on your spiritual path, whatever that may be, that there are challenges with being alive. Now, mental, physical, emotional, challenges with your family, challenges with your physical body. And we have systems in place in America and in the world, many different systems that help us to deal with what may put us out of balance. And so I just wanted to mention that Manuel has recently been very, very sick. And that's the reason why he's not here today. So we were planning to come together because it's the annual enrollment period and we're helping all of our clients with signing up for security all around who to come every year. And we are officially snowbirds. We lived here for 23 years. We love the island. And we come back regularly. So,
Bernice,
yes.
before we launch into your wonderful talk,
Yes.
which is where you're headed, I think,
Yes, yes.
let me ask you to think about, if you haven't already, a question so that we can have everyone introduce themselves so we know who's here first. I'll do a little welcome to who is New Thought Center while you think of a question that they can answer, one word answer of what, along with their name when they introduce themselves. Yeah? Okay, so welcome to New Thought Center. Bernice is really excited to share her wisdom with us this morning and the beauty that she brings in her music and her soul. So before we get started, really quick, we like to just know who's here. And some of us are new this morning. New Thought Center, by the way, the mission of New Thought is so beautiful, is to provide a sanctuary of aloha for the nourishment, development, and evolution, which rings true for her talk today, of each individual's unique spiritual path, which means there is no particular dogma that anybody is going to try to share with you today. You bring the wisdom, and we have the privilege of getting to hear the wisdom of so many community members from around the world that come and share their music and their wisdom with us from all different denominations and all different religions and all different paths to spiritual wisdom. So all are welcome. We're excited you're here today. And just to make sure we know who everybody is, in case you don't know everybody this morning, we're going to all share our names and we're going to all answer one question with a 1 or 2 word answer, literally. And the question that Bernice would like us to answer is. A healing that you have gone through. So, in like 1 or 2 words. So, I'll start, I'll model it. All right. So, my name is Viana, and um, honesty. Yeah. This one, pass it around. Thank you, Pasha. Oh, you have to turn it on. It looks like testing, testing.
My brain's going too much. I can't come up with the answer yet, so I'm going to pass.
But your name?
Oh, my name is Eriness.
Thank you, Eriness.
My name is Pasha. Healing seems like such a big thing. I'm just going to say something that I overcame. That because I was a classroom teacher for many years, I used to feel kind of fearful if I had to address more than 30 people at once because they wouldn't have fit in my classroom. but partly because of New Thought, I realized, it doesn't matter the number. Wearing costumes.
So, is that overcoming stage fright?
All right.
2 words, overcoming
Very
stage
nice.
fright. Yes.
Yeah, that's important.
I'm Alicia Leolani. And what has been, to remember, to be here and now.
My name's Jean Love, and I had an amazing divine love, divine light healing, and in my late 20s. And then, because I lost people very young, I had a lot of stuff about God and death and all that. And then I got to have a near-death experience, and that was the most healing of all.
Wow.
Near-death experience.
It was
Thank you.
amazing. Nothing to fear here. It's all good.
I'm Vivek,
Wonderful.
and physical discomfort, overcoming physical discomfort.
Thank you, Vivek.
My name is David, just visiting from Arizona, and my healing would be, I think, of certain kinds of memories.
My name is Jeff, and my healing revolves around the concept of authenticity.
My name is Connie, and I'm going to pass.
Good morning. My name is Jamie, and I would say healing with internal transformation.
Hi, I'm Soul, and I'm still a work in progress.
I'm Kathy, and it's raising the vibration of love.
I'm Lori, and I forgot what I was going to say. I know, I can do this. Letting go of rescuing.
Thank you.
My name is Leah. Fear of change.
Perfect.
My name is Rosalia, overcoming breast cancer and learning to be present in every moment.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm called Tana, and acceptance.
Aloha, I'm Annette, And just this morning, I looked at my Aloha Healing book. I always get beautiful inspiration from that one. And it said, forgiveness is the first medicine. And I realized how powerful that statement is.
Forgiveness. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephen. Healing's really interesting. The Course in Miracles says all healing comes from joining, being connected. So it's like the more connected I am to everything. And even though I have that down, I'm totally connected to everything, I still experience a lot of physical junk. And I just had 2 bad knees last week that I was panicking about. Now they're better. Or I'm really down one day and I go, oh, I don't know, I'm just part of it. And then I'm fine. So it's, I guess my healing is like letting go of the anxiety about not feeling perfect.
Beautiful. And if we could try to keep our answers to about 2 words, that would help us get to the program, although we love connecting with each other.
I'm Anna. It's been a really long time ago, but I would say the healing I experienced was due to forgiveness after the divorce of a 25-year marriage.
Aloha, I'm Pomaikai. I have to say it's currently ongoing, becoming aware, and especially just even sitting here right now, of my 2 saboteurs that want to take over here, and one is a judge and one is a controller. I let it go.
Beautiful.
Faith.
I'm Shelba, and probably gratitude.
I'm Margie, and I've had a lot of different healings, but my brain tumor was pretty dramatic.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Aloha, I'm Jan, and being more mindful.
Good morning. My name is Reagan, and I would say still healing and already completely healed.
I'm Joe, letting go and then accepting what's new.
I'm Cindy, and acceptance.
Well, I'm Patty, and I'm happy to be here.
Beautiful. Patty is our lay maker. Gorgeous. Thank you, Patty.
I'm Candy. Shake 'em up.
Thank you, Candy.
I'm Karen, and at this time I'm doing inner child work. It's really helping bring out some.
Very nice.
I'm Jeanette. Healing of many things, but forgiveness was a big part of the healing, and allowing myself to feel the feelings, and now enjoying the present because of it.
Hi, I'm Thomas. I overcame depression.
Hi, my name's Mira.
Aloha, everybody. My name is Sharisa, and I'm currently in a process of healing projections and cultural polarities due to deep past pain, hurt, and suffering projected into the future, and preventing people from seeing each other for who they really are.
Darcy Pike at large. Studying eschatological realities and their interactions with political conditions.
Wow, thank you. Is that everybody? Did we get everyone? Leah, did you go? You did, yeah. All right. So now we get to go a little. We're going to have a song. Yes. So before we do my favorite part of every Sunday, which allows us to have a deeper connection and intimacy with one another, it's called Miracles and Ordinaries. Before we do that, we're going to have another beautiful song from Bernice Roberto. And there's two wonderful chairs right up here in case somebody wants to feel the music going through their body closer. The frequency of the beauty of this harp is a delight, and there are two empty seats right in front. We're going to need it for ordinaries and miracles, Leah? Okay. All right. But before that, we're now going to have another song from Bernice. Okay. This song.
Hello. Oh, there we are. Okay. So this song is it's a very sacred song in the Japanese tradition, and I remember playing with Manuel in a gathering of Japanese where it was really brought tears to people's eyes because it's just so ingrained in their culture that it's unbelievable how deep it is. And it's about the cherry blossoms in Japan and how they are so beautiful and they bloom and delight us for such a short period of time, and then they fall to the ground, and that's the beauty of our lives. Our lives are very short and temporary. It's very beautiful, and maybe there's you know what? You have two mics facing each other. That's the problem. That mic. So if you can use your headset, just because the mics are okay. Messing with each other. Okay. How about that?
Yeah.
Little better.
And maybe turn the red light
Yeah.
so that they
Okay.
There we go. Oh,
All right.
cute.
All right. Then you get yeah. Okay. So so as I was saying, this comes from the Japanese tradition, but it's also very familiar to us. We've heard it as children, and so I'm going to play it now. My arrangement and version of Sakura.
Oh, you can hear a pin drop. I feel I'm in a trance. So while we're in this wonderful, beautiful trance, for those who would like to share a little deeper into their own personal lives of what would be a miracle for you, which could be quite ordinary. A miracle and ordinary aren't necessarily different. But you're welcome to come up and I'll call on you, and maybe 2 or 3 people could share a little bit about what feels miraculous in your life right now. Yes, Margie.
I'll say my name again, Margie.
Is it on?
If you forget to say that.
Is it on? We have to turn it on. On would be up this way. Off, on. Try again.
Thank you.
Hmm.
How's that? Nope.
Maybe speak closer.
How's that?
Oh, the battery? How about I just hand her this?
No.
I didn't break it. I'm over there. Okay. All right. I just wanted to get that clear. I'm going to go ahead and use it, I guess. Okay. Shelba said that I needed to do this today. So we went yesterday to Choice Mart and we had Erica, Dr. Wesselman's daughter, in the car. And Erica was trying to get me to be able to park okay, and we were laughing. We get down, we go in the grocery store, and we saw a little man was getting down and putting bundles there outside of the store. And okay, well, he's a traveler. I come out of the store first, and he comes up to me and he said, I need a ride to, you're going to have to say it again, Manuka, which is a park. I've never heard of it before. And he said, I need to go south. And I said, well, we live south, but I have no idea where that is. So I said, well, let me go ask Shelba. So I ran in the store and she said, yes, I know where that is. And she said, he needs a ride down there. And she said, well, you want me to go with you? I didn't know where it was. So I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we got in the car and I dropped Erica off. This little man worked in UNICEF as a younger person. He's 70 years old. He's from Canada, got to the airport. Iron Man made it so he couldn't get a bus. He's sitting there for 6 hours, but that was because synchronicity. He needed to find a ride, and we were coming at that particular time. We get to Erica's house, and he's asked, that's an aloe vera plant? I mean, it's like he's just a little kid, everything amazed him. And then, look, it was snowing in Canada, and look at the sun's out, and it's warm. So we get on the road and drive down to the park, and Erica's saying, we're on the way, and we stop by Shelba's house, and she says, do you think he needs a tent? I didn't know whether he needed a tent or not. And she asked him, said, well, I only have one tent. Well, he needs a tent. So we got the tent from Erica, because from Shelba. He had a blanket that he had gotten from the airport, and that was about it. So the sun's going down, and I'm kind of nervous about that. And we get down to the park, and we pull in, and the peacocks come strolling over to our car like, hey, isn't it a beautiful day? Oh, yes, he needs to be here. That's going to be fine. And then Shelba also has knowledge about different things. And she told him before we left her house, she said, pick 2 oranges off that tree because we need to give a gift to the people who are buried in this park. And if you don't recognize them in a positive way, you can have trouble at night if you're staying here. So I got the oranges out of the car, and because I didn't know anything about that, but I went over to the graves, and there were 3 graves. So then I said, well, I've got some strawberries I was bringing for the potluck today. So I got some strawberries out. And the peacocks looked like, oh, okay, strawberries. And we know we get to eat stuff like that. So we put all of those on the graves. And this man was telling us on the way about guru in India that had been told he couldn't call himself a god. And, I don't know exactly how to explain all that, but he's giving us all this information and we're sharing spiritual ideas. And it was a miracle. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for sharing your miracle with us. Sometimes connecting with strangers on this island can be very magical, as I'm sure we all have a story about that. So, given the time, unless there is a burning short miracle that must be shared, come on up.
Yes. So excited that Bernice is here today. We miss you so much when you're not here. We do. And you, Roberto, I hope you're watching too. And
Introducing out of the history since 1971 here on the island of the Church of Religious Science. So I am so grateful that I had the privilege of actually being one of her students and learning, but so inspired by her playing here that I said, teach me, teach me. And so I got to take several lessons from Bernice and have my own harp that used to be her harp now. And it's such a gift to me to have the beauty. And when I was thinking about what to share about her this morning, the word that came to me was beauty, because she so embodies it and she so passes it on in so many ways. And I found a quote that said, "Beauty will save the world." And I thought, that is Bernice. So as I listen to this, I remember the importance of the beauty that we all carry in our gifts and talents. And this one happens to be one of Bernice's music. Both she and Manuel love music and bring it to the world. And so I wanted to share a little bit about the fact that she has been a harpist for forever. She began studying harp with Francis Duffy of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. She's a composer, songwriter, and vocalist. She has released several CDs with her husband Manuel, who does flute and other things. They moved to Florida after living here for 2 decades and were active members here at the New Thought Center. And today, her topic, as she mentioned, is spiritual evolution and a layman's journey of caregiving. So please give how we clap and welcome people and say thank you, we love you, is with the sign language of how excited we are to see her. So thank you. Take it away, Bernice.
Evolution, sound evolution, uh, spiritual evolution, something that is a big, big topic, of course. That's what we do every Sunday, right? We're trying to contribute to our spiritual evolution. And we should be doing it every day, not just on Sundays. Take what we learn here, the miracles in ordinary, manical mood of what New Thought has to offer is such a beautiful thing that I've been forever inspired by it. And I live in Florida right now in a community that is very much a single path with a spiritual master from India who has given us all so much inspiration. And there's a very interesting hierarchy in this community. Uh, there are three generations, maybe four generations of different people, and the original hippies, which was what I was part of, that joined Srila Prabhupada, they are passing. They are passing. And so, Manuel and I were kind of going along, and, we love everything, spiritual, and we chant, and we have kirtan. I lead kirtan. We do so many things involved with spiritual advance, but we never really faced the fact that maybe we would get sick one day. And that's what happened. Manuel got sick. And when you get sick, it's a very intimate thing. It's hard to share. Oh, wow. What happened with you? Oh, I had this kind of that or this kind of whatever. But it's a difficult thing to share. But since I'm the speaker today, I'm on the spot. So I'm just, I have permission from Manuel. He allowed me to share with him. He had colon cancer. So how did he find out? We've been vegetarian for 40 years. He was in the ocean every single day. And in Florida, we have a saltwater pool. We're eating good, we're thinking good, we're doing so many things that appear to be really kind of taking us forever. But that's part of the illusion, because we really aren't here forever. Everybody is basically standing in line. So, with that kind of realization, you start to understand, oh my gosh, well, you know, if that's going to happen, then what was the purpose of me being here? Well, the reason why I asked that question earlier was simply because in my path, the understanding is there's a healing going on. And healing can't come without adversity. You can think that everything is wonderful and but eventually the material world will grab you and give you something to test you. And eventually the body does give out. And so when Manuel went to the emergency room, we thought, oh my gosh, what could it be? And we were so shocked that he was actually diagnosed the way he was. He didn't seem to have any symptoms. His colon was working just fine, and everything seemed to be just fine. But then they told him that it was really serious. So I want to start interjecting some of the practical stuff, not just the ethereal, because the practical stuff is, do you have the right insurance? When you go to a hospital, believe me, that's what they ask you. That's the first thing they ask you. So you better make sure that you have some insurance. And besides the fact that I'm an insurance agent, I'm not really promoting myself, but but it is annual enrollment period, and you can come and talk to me about it. But yeah, okay, okay, great, great. So the one thing, and maybe maybe we can share a little bit, but the one thing that I want to say about an emergency room is that they are responsible for testing you for everything. If you have symptoms, and they have full license too, because on your insurance, it basically says visit to the emergency room, and they can do all kinds of tests and all kinds of things because it's their obligation actually to find out, what is it that's really wrong. And so you could get all kinds of things. I think something like a CAT scan is an extra charge. Um, you can get x-rays, and I think those are actually included. All depends on your insurance. But they when they told him what was going on, and the first thing the surgeon said was we should do surgery right now. And we were like, wait a minute here. We're not so sure that we want to do that. And sure enough, we waited. We were 5 days in the hospital. We waited, and then and Shands in Florida is actually a teaching hospital. So we had all, people were streaming in all the time. Students, different kinds of specialists, all kinds of people, introducing themselves, finding out what was going on. By the time we had actually finished the 5 days, they changed their mind. Oh, maybe you don't really need surgery because we don't know how effective it's going to be. And so, in one sense, we were kind of relieved because we thought, well, now we have another opportunity to try and see what we can do for this process of dealing with our situation. So what we did was we took some of our retirement money and we said, well, let's just go. We've heard about Ann Wigmore forever. Who knows Ann Wigmore? Anybody? Yep. Ann Wigmore. Yes. Ann Wigmore. Wheatgrass juice healing. Okay. So she started something that was really, really powerful. And the way it is today, it has kind of branched off. She originally wanted wheatgrass juice therapy to be for everybody. And the place that we ended up going to was for the elites. That's the only place we knew to go. So it was right there in Florida. And we went there. Cost us $17,000. And you ate sprouts all day long. And then you had Brazil nut milk, cashew nut milk, all kinds of juices. They had specialists coming in from everywhere in the alternative field, um, people who, knew every modality of healing. You were getting massages all day long, and not all day long. That's what I wanted, but I didn't get that. I got a couple massages, but anyway, you're drinking these amazing, energizing drinks and eating. Boy, you eat every kind of sprout. You never even thought it could be sprouted. They were sprouting it, and they had a menu that was just unbelievable. The problem is that Manuel couldn't eat. He couldn't eat very well. His the whole mechanism was just breaking down. So I got a lot of benefit out of it. He got some benefit. We got trained on basically what to look for, what to look at, how to look at supplements, how to look at alternative therapies, how to basically try to heal yourself from that alternative point of view. And I would eventually, I mean, there's a whole long story to that, and I can talk story with you afterwards, but eventually we ended up back at the hospital. And they said, well, we have this new medication and we want you to try it. So we tried it, and here we are. So what's with that? I always thought, I don't really trust hospitals or doctors or their drugs or anything. And then somehow, you know, my heart was opened and his heart was opened, and we are definitely on the recovery. So it is a story of hope. Not everybody makes it like that, but he's definitely on his way. He does yoga twice a week. He swims in the pool every single day. He's actually teaching at the Bhaktivedanta Academy. He's working with languages and music. I'm also the director of the music at the Bhaktivedanta Academy in Florida, working with seventh graders, eighth graders, ninth graders, and 10th graders. We have 10 violins. It's beautiful kind of drum called a mridanga. It has like two-sided drum from India. We have 13 mridangas and yeah, 10 violins, 13 mridangas, We have keyboards. I'm teaching music theory. Uh, we're just, you know, it's amazing. He's doing really really good, but he just decided that he couldn't, that making a trip here is not something that he could do. So I'm kind of by myself here, and it's kind of interesting because I'm so used to being with this partner. We've been married for 50 years, and now I have to be on my own, and here I am talking on my own. So wow. Thank you all for being so open to hearing my story. And I'd like to open it up to any questions if anybody's had, uh, you know, experiences with the whole process. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you can take mine. Mine's working.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I just want to share with the group that there's another place that has the wheatgrass healing that and it might be less expensive. It's in Southern California in Lemon Grove, and it's called the Optimum Health Institute. It's a lovely place, not new condos to stay in, but there's a pool, and so I recommend summertime. And I've gone 4 times, and like for 1 week at a time because it isn't easy, and most people would not sign up for it. But so the first time I went, I felt like a teenager again. And they had a trampoline, and I couldn't get off. I just kept jumping on that trampoline, and so I had a different experience each time because I went with a different person. One time I went by myself, and anyway, there's so many miracle stories you hear of people that have gone there and a told you have 1 month to live, get your life in order, and years later they're still in remission through the cleansing, and you learn a lot while you're there. You just don't sit there and cleanse. So anyway, I just wanted to share there's another place in Southern California.
That's wonderful to hear. And I'm sure that there are other amazing places around, not only here in America, but in Europe. And actually, while we were at Hippocrates Institute, we had a kind of Zoom conference with someone from Switzerland, and they have amazing therapies. And they told us to come there. It cost another $30,000, but you know, um, it's not. It's especially hard dealing with these healing modalities when, at least my experience has been, they're pretty expensive. So, uh, you know, um, the one thing that I would say is that it's very important to believe in the healing power of your body. Very, very important. And to make choices that feel comfortable for you. I mean, just paying those bills can make you sick, so don't go there if you can't afford it. And open your heart, pray for other avenues of healing. uh, I've been doing following a doctor, Dr. Schultz. I don't know if anybody know Dr. Schultz. He's the green powder guy. Oh my gosh, he's just so amazing, and he's got really really powerful formulas for helping you heal, your gut, your digestion, your to heal everything really. And there I part of my talk was going to be about um, what to do when you do find that you're actually sick. And the one thing that has helped us a lot in Florida is we are part of a group called the Cancer Survivor Group. And I mean, unbelievable contributions. People who know their communities really well and know the doctors really well. You should be doing that anyway. Don't just go to any doctor. Find out. Read the Yelp reviews. Do something. Find out. Be a conscious healthcare consumer, and find out what people are actually doing with you, because I feel that especially allopathic medicine is in a transition period where they know something, but they don't know everything. And they're trying really hard. And we have really brilliant people going to medical school and learning so many different things. But unfortunately, at this point, you can't just say, okay, yeah, just take me and, do whatever you want with me. You've got to know what you're doing. And it's so interesting, because Medicare, Medicare is the government, right? And the government says you have a right to a second opinion. If somebody says, well, we want to do this surgery, and you don't know what to do, you actually have your second opinion covered by Medicare. So if the government thinks that, why shouldn't we be thinking that? You know? So, second and third opinions, and, ask your acupuncturist what they think. Ask your chiropractor, your herbalist, your everybody. And, at this point, with such crucial things going on in taking care of our bodies, it's the most important thing to be informed. Be informed about what you're doing. Yes?
Um, that works. As a person that was like, told you have 6 months left to live by Chinese medicine and Western medicine doctors, and say goodbye to everybody and all of that. Um, but listening, that was so key to my old process. About what I needed in my heart and in my soul, and getting help, reaching, letting myself receive is so important. And what you're saying about the doctors, I mean, education's always an issue, but that drug, I went on and took a medical degree on a graduate level. A lot of doctors just don't have that training in the herb and drug interaction thing going on, and so it's just not in there. It's like them not knowing massage or acupuncture, so they can't know everything. I mean, they're people. So but you can get your own PhD in that yourself by going through your own healing process. And Manuel, we love you.
Yay! Yay!
Hanging in there.
And I would just like to mention what he brought up about alternative practitioners. It's the same process. Alternative practitioners have a little more foundation. In other words, if you look at an acupuncture chart, that's what the chart has been for thousands of years. So they're backed up by a little bit more. But practitioners can also, practitioners have licenses, and they can also have licenses revoked, whether they're naturopath or not, or whether they're allopathic medicine. So, it's your job to find out, is this person a good fit for me? And if you do find that, then you can freely take advice from them. But before that, you have to do your homework and find out who's gonna really help you. Okay. Anyone? Yes. Lay up.
Is it on? Oh, there we go. My name's Leah, and I have adopted and I continue to adopt the attitude of being proactive on my own health, body, mind, and soul. And since everything, I'm realizing more and more when I study and listen and learn, everything is energy and everything is vibration, right? So the food we eat is truly gives us wealth, not only in our body, but on our body is this the vehicle that carries us around right now. So I learned about 4 years ago that I had a fatty liver. And I asked you don't know if you have a fatty liver unless you ask your doctor to run a specific blood test to know that. There's no symptoms. And so I said, well, what do I do to heal my liver? I don't drink. I don't have any alcohol intake. He said, lose weight. And I thought, well, that's easy for you to say. It's never been easy for me. I'm always doing this with the weight thing. So I worked on it, but I also had a psychic reading a week later. And I mentioned to the psychic, it was on a Zoom, So I have a fatty liver. Do you suggest anything? She said she reached from the side of her computer and brought up a book, celery juice, juicing, celery juice.
Mm.
She said, get a cold juice press, cold, cold press, excuse me, cold press juicer, organic celery. You cut it into inch chunks because of all the threads that are in it. I always thought celery was a vegetable. It's actually an herb. And I juiced for about 3, 4 months, 5, 6 days a week. You juice first thing in the morning and then you wait a couple of hours before you eat anything. So I was very conscious about that. I went back to him. I requested another blood test. And I went back to him and he was sitting at his desk, MD, right? Sitting at his desk holding the two reports, and he kind of had a screwed up look on his face, like, 3 months? What? He said, you healed your liver. What did you do? Because I was still too heavy, right? I
Yeah.
maybe talked about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And I said, celery juice. Please tell all of your patients it's magic juice. And it's
Mhm.
like, from what the short version of the book is from a medical medium actually. And what celery juice is has a vibration. It's like scrubbing bubbles from the inside out. So all the toxins in the body's not just for the liver, but it flushes out all your toxins. So I do it regularly just as a habit for the good things in life. Just wanted to share.
Yay. Very nice. Very nice. Sorry that things are just coming up randomly, but I did want to mention that when we were in the hospital, the oncologist that we had was from Mayo Clinic, and he was very respected. He's a very respected gentleman, fast paced, moves quickly between patients, hard to ask, all the questions that you want. And he was very stern with us. He said, well, what are you doing with all that natural stuff? You should have been here sooner to get that immunotherapy. And, so we had to kind of, humble down because, what were we going to do? I mean, we were exhausted from everything. I mean, literally. And so then I realized, he had an assistant when he wasn't always there, but he had an assistant, and that assistant um, would also have the meeting with us, review the charts, look at the blood tests, look at everything. And I realized, wow, there is such a big difference between someone who's the head of research. You don't want those kind of people. The head of research is looking for statistics, something to write down to increase their resume or whatever, and they really, they're hoping that you're getting better. I mean, I don't want to bad talk them completely, but his assistant was so much more helpful in that way. And I realized that, that was who I could ask questions to. That was who I could talk to. He didn't have another agenda other than really trying to just, convince us on how we could help ourselves. So, um, that that was just something that I felt like I had to say. When you're choosing who's going to help you in your healing process, and just be get all the resources you can. Read, read, read. If you go to the library, first thing you do is you look at this book and you see when was it published. If it's published in 2000, that's behind the times already. It's not interesting, no matter what they want to talk about. And I picked up this one book at the library that talking about what you should eat when you have cancer, eating and cancer. And I started looking at the recipes. Let's see, a little bit of margarine. Who knows what's going on with margarine? Oh, I mean, a little bit of, oh, yeah, you can have those pre-made biscuits. Get some frozen biscuits. That was part of the idea. And I said, well, wait a minute. When was this published? It was in 2000, but it felt like 1980, and you've got to have the most current information. You got to have um, trusted sources. And I like Mayo Clinic because of the idea that it's Western medicine, but it's also listening to other ideas. So they're on the cutting edge. And There are other clinics like that around, and it's the same thing with the the naturopath at Ann Wigmore's in Florida. They were telling us, well, maybe you should try ivermectin. Who knows what ivermectin is? Yeah, it's actually a very inexpensive um, parasite killer, right? And it's distributed all over in the third world countries. It's part of the the International Medical Association, and and they use it for to help with parasites. And so they found that when you used that medicine, that somehow it could help balance your system out, and so on and so on. So they gave us some ivermectin, but it's not legal in this country. So it costs like $300 a bottle. It's really, really inexpensive stuff. And we had to pay that amount because we didn't know any other source. So what are you going to do? You're telling people. So the naturopath people are telling you take some ivermectin, and we figured, well, let's try it. He didn't like it at all, so we have this $300 bottle with one pill used. And so there. The entire group of people, whether they be the naturopaths or the allopaths, they all have licenses to defend, and they're just very careful about it, which is good. Somebody's watching them, but you have to watch yourself. Make sure that you are a healthcare consumer, and that's a different kind of consciousness than what we've had previously, than what my mother had. My mother passed like maybe 8 years ago. My mother just said, well, the doctor, she just surrendered to the doctor, and that was it. And that's how she passed. So anyway, this is a kind of conversation, it's kind of a life awakening for me personally. And there's been, healing is all encompassing. If uh, you're healing, you have to heal spiritually and physically and emotionally. And I was thinking that maybe we could end by just chanting Alleluia together. How about that? All right. So there's a
Chanting Alleluia. Yeah. You're going to need that to lead us.
oh, with this? Oh,
Yeah. No?
yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. This. Okay. So as we're chanting, we want to just send out prayers to anyone and everyone, including ourselves, for any healing that we may need to go on, whether anything in your body and your mind. And I'll give you that melody. Alleluia. Alleluia, everyone. Alleluia. 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 Alleluia.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you. Thank you all very much.
May all beings be free of suffering. May we all
Yes.
be healed. May we all experience the beauty of our souls and our spiritual evolution. May we all go forward into this reality, this world that we've created, walking in our truth. And so, what a blessing today to have all of this. And we also have, and we also get to give back. Just like the Hawaiians teach us in the Hawaiian culture, it's not just about taking, it's about contributing. And that's what gives life meaning for most of us. So we're going to be passing this bowl around while we have some more beautiful music for those who would like to contribute to keeping New Thought and this beautiful space going so that we can come together and have connection. Would you mind? Thank you, Erin. That would be great. Thank you. And while that goes around, don't forget that today we have potluck, which means that we all get to partake in the generous, delicious, lovingly made and brought nourishment, not just for our soul today, but for our bodies, which is a wonderful connection in the talk today, the connection between our spiritual evolution and our bodies. So allow the potluck to nourish your body and your soul. I'm also going to tell you a little bit about what's coming up. The next Sunday is Reverend Hannelore, and Reverend Hannelore will be speaking about communing beyond the veil, which is appropriate at this time of year as the veil is very thin. And Bernice will be providing the music again. Lucky us. That's next Sunday. And then the Sunday after that, the 10th of November, we have Michael Sudman with Miracle Consciousness. So if you want more miracles in your life, let's bring it on. And the music will be by Mahina Saunders. And the week after that, we have Anna Purna Sarada. And the topic is You Are Always the Seer, Never the Seen. And the music is by Darby Partner. If you have children, feel free to bring them on Sunday mornings. We do have childcare. You just need to let us know ahead of time so we make sure that person is here to take the children. And then weekly classes on Mondays at 4:30. We always have a wonderful Tai Chi and Qigong class here on this space. It's fantastic. We have quite a master on this island, and his name is Jin An Wong. And if you haven't met him, he's really an amazing being. And you can be a beginner. Don't be worried about the fact that he's like a black belt and everything. Monthly events. Of course, we got the potluck at the end of every month. That's today. We also have a produce giveaway once a month. The next time that happens is November 3rd. I think that's next week. Yeah. So if you have extra produce in your garden, bring it, share it. You might even notice some people have brought some on the back table today. So feel free to take those things home if you need those things. Wonderful extra fruits and so forth. And then we also once a month have a crystal bowl meditation. And that happens right here in the inner room. And that crystal bowl meditation will be November 10th is the next one. So a week from Sunday.
We also have a couple special events coming up. One is the Love Continuum on November 9th. This is a workshop with Maria Mann. She has a PhD and she's going to be here in the Honua room. And there are also Kama Aina rates. She's asking $50 donation. And then Saturday the 16th, there's an independent living class with Reverend Margie Bourgeois, who's here today. Raise your hand, Margie. So talk to Margie about that. And that starts at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, November 16th, with a suggested donation of $25. Thank you. Now, invitations, it says, join the musical ensemble preparing to perform at the Thanksgiving Interfaith Concert on Monday, November 25th. The sign-up sheet is on the round table to my right over here, and rehearsals are at noon most Sundays between now and Thanksgiving. So if you love singing, you want to be part of our musical ensemble for Thanksgiving, please join us for that. The second thing you can do with us is submit prayer requests. There's a New Thought prayer ministry, and there's a beautiful wooden box on the table to my right over there with a honu on it, with a turtle on it. And that's where you can write prayer requests, and those will be prayed for by our prayer council, who gets together and prays for everything that's in that prayer request box. It's very powerful. It really makes a huge difference in people's lives. So please feel free to both add a prayer to the prayer box or become one of the people who does the praying. And then number 3, you can check out New Thoughts Lending Library after the service today. We have many uplifting spiritual books, CDs, and DVDs that you can borrow, and it's located in the entry hall behind us. More like there's a bathroom back there too, in case you haven't found it yet. And then, of course, if you're not on our mailing list yet, please sign up so that we can let you know what fun is happening all the time, so you don't forget to join us for all the amazing speakers and music and events and everything that's happening here at New Thought. So we welcome you. Thank you for being the core of our community from the beginning, many of you, and the new ones that are here as well today that continue it. So thank you. And we usually close with a beautiful song. It's a Hawaiian song, and the words are up here. We stand up and we hold hands, and it's a Hawaiian. There's also words up here. And if anybody's a wonderful singer, and I bet Bernice could help us know how the song goes.
E Hawaii e huone pau mai nei. Huone kulahi nei. Oi noa ina pono ani o. E Hawaii, aloha e Hawaii na pia o Hawaii ori Hane nahe ange pakane pau mai nei. Mau ke aloha no Hawaii. E haoi na opio o Hawaii ori ori ane makane pau mai nei. Mau ke aloha no Hawaii. Mau ke aloha no Hawaii. All right. Wow. Well, first be happening. I'm going to put my harp away so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be right this second. I just want to talk to you. Maybe not even today. Maybe at a better time.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I know you're working, kind of working.
Yeah,
Stuff.
yeah,
So,
stuff.
yeah. So.